Okay, hi everybody. It's me, Bonkai Knight 22. Another Game of Thrones, season 6, episode 5, I believe. Um, this was insane. Oh wait, was it episode 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was episode 5. This one was called The Door. Now, there's a lot of crazy shit to really go into on this one. Rick's gonna join us eventually, hopefully when he gets his sorted. He'll I gave him the link, so he'll be here soon. Um, let's talk about the dull part. I mean, Arya. We'll start with that, and we'll get into the other stuff. But Arya, in this episode, we're just basically with her. She's still with that what's his face serving the faceless god, and it's just this plot line is just
Same old, really.
it's the same old, same old. She gets a second chance, and the guy tells her there won't be a third one. So he gives her this vial, and she's supposed to poison somebody. She goes to the square where they're having a play. They play out Robert's death.
Play was funny.
It was funny, but so ridiculous. Like, Jesus. They have Ned on the had his head chopped off, and he's a wooden head. Like, it was so ridiculous. So that happened. And then they actually see, we see her in there, and she sees the people, and then she gives. I guess we don't really see her do it, but she does it. I guess it's like off screen kind of thing, because she sees the actors and everything. And then after that, she sees what's his face again, and she said that she did it and everything. I mean, this plot line, it's not very interesting, and to be perfectly honest, I don't see where this goes. I don't understand where Arya is positioned in the show, because as of right now, she's away from everyone else. She's completely away. She's still in Bravos, and it just seems like she's just going to stay there. So,
She's pretty boring. The only
yeah,
thing I can see happening is that she gets a task to kill one of our major players, like Cersei maybe. I don't know, and then that becomes relevant, or maybe to kill Sansa, and she has to make that choice that
something like that. Because as of right now, it doesn't seem like anything's happening with her. So we got that. Yeah, something definitely needs to happen with her, because it's that was just the thing. Anyway, that happened with Arya. Now, further in, there's a few other things that happened in this episode. We'll get to the Sansa and Jon thing in a moment, but let's talk about the other things. We had Greyjoy, which was kind of surprising. His brother, who killed the king. He killed the king. The brother killed the king, Greyjoy, Euron, and kills Euron, comes up.
No, he kills
and
Balon.
Claims
He kills
Balon. He kills Balon. And he's now the new king. And this guy, I'm sorry, I don't like this guy. He seems like he's way confident. I think that's the perfect thing to say here. He's way too confident. He actually thinks he's going to go over the whatever sea on the other side of the world to Marine and convince a partnership with Daenerys.
He wants to marry her. Yeah.
He wants to marry her, and I'm like, what? What's going on? And Rick's here. Good. He wants to marry her, and I'm like, dude, you really think you do that? What's up, Rick?
What's up? Bruh.
What's up?
Bruh.
This
episode was awesome.
I know. He said, I
I liked it a lot too. 2 weeks in a row.
Whoa. Bresboy actually liked an episode of Game of Thrones recently?
He did.
2
Wow.
weeks in a row, right?
Nah, but like this episode had everything. Like it had an amazing ending, but at the same time, everything was on point. I even like Pipe this week.
Yeah, I was just talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, this
Like,
guy.
From a show perspective, I've had a problem getting into this whole Pike storyline because these mofos are irrelevant show-wise.
Yeah.
Show-wise,
Yeah.
I understand there's a lot of stuff that left
No,
out of
I'm
the
not.
book.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Yeah.
Show-wise, they're irrelevant, and I've had a hard time getting back invested with Yara and them. But this episode did an excellent job of tying it all together because this mofo wants to go and wed Daenerys.
Yeah, he
Like,
does.
Daenerys was actually a tie to a lot of things this episode, which I found interesting.
The person she was married to died, right? Last season, the politician from Marine.
Yeah, but like
Yeah,
even like I always had a sinking feeling too that she would be tied into the Lord of Light religion. And lo and behold, this red priestess thinks that Daenerys is what Melisandre thought, and now thinks Jon is what Stannis. What do they call it? The
savior.
The prince that was promised. Azor
Yeah.
Ahai.
It
Goes on.
yeah. Now she thinks that's Daenerys, which actually I think makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Given to the prophecy, it actually does make a lot of sense.
It makes more sense than Jon, probably. I mean, she was born again from salt and smoke is one of the requirements.
Yeah.
She was born again from that funeral pyre, and her tears for Drogo are probably the salt, you know? Yeah, that's the common fan theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just like, and a lot of the lore too. All the lore. We probably had this episode probably had more lore than the entire series.
Yeah.
We have
That's
the
true.
lore. We have the stuff with Dany. We have the origin of the Night's King. And that was a twist right there. I did not see that twist at all coming. How the children,
really.
these little brats,
I know.
made that bastard.
I knew that it was like a possibility, but I wasn't thinking it at the time.
Now I read up on the Night King though, and supposedly though, the Night King, from what I read on the wiki, he was a former Lord Commander or a former Ranger that got lost.
Yeah.
He got lost out there and became what he is now.
His name was His name was probably Brandon Stark. That's what people are pretty sure of.
He was a Stark.
Same name.
He was one of the first men.
Brandon Stark too. Yeah, rumor, but there's a thing where the King Beyond the Wall and the Lord of Winterfell had to join together to take him out when he was at the Night's Watch because he raised his castle there.
I think I read somewhere too, the man wasn't the first King Beyond the Wall.
No, he was the sixth or something. Yeah.
So it was really, I found it really interesting, really, really interesting, and I was when shit went down, I was like, oh no, I was like, all right, good, throw those magic bombs. Yeah, that'll work. No, it didn't work. It didn't work.
My mom texted me that the dire wolves are more worthless than a litter of kittens.
Yo, Namira is going to be the only dire wolf standing because this mofo got smart and ducked. I'm out.
Summer bought them 2 seconds of time.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, man. Namira was you know what? You gave me my go. I'm out. I'm good.
We might see her soon. We may see her this season.
Also, too, though, I found I like the symbolism in the Arya scene with the play too.
Oh,
it was somewhat reminiscent. It was so reminiscent in the sense of Joffrey's birthday party and how Sansa felt. But I think it's even more important with Arya.
Yeah.
Because Arya's supposed to let all that go, and you can see she's not there yet.
No, she's not.
So Jaqen's probably just like trying to like fuck with her though. Like Jaqen probably knew
Yeah,
what
yeah,
that play was.
yeah.
On.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Jaqen knew what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Or the man who's wearing Jaqen's face. Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I get confused. Is that little girl? Is that a real person, or is that an apparition of Jaqen, or what?
I don't know.
Because like we've seen that little girl turn into Jaqen. It's weird.
Yeah, it is. It's very strange.
I'm not a fan of Bravos.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
It's like hope that maybe something happens with that. I mean, so yeah, that was the Dany stuff. Then we had that was interesting, Rick, between Varys and the Red Priestess.
Yo, I was digging that. Yeah, I was digging that because like
that was like what?
I wanted her to hear what he said. I wanted for her to say.
Yeah, the word was.
So was that sorcerer though a practicer of the Lord of Light religion?
I think he was like a fanatic. Like
Yeah,
maybe.
Because like, and I mean, I've had this problem though since last season. Where it's interesting they brought this back into perspective with Varys because Varys hates magic. And I remember in season 2 he stated that he actually didn't approve. He actually opposed Dany because Dany is inherently magical. But then he turns around and supports Dany in season 4. And I'm like, huh?
You know that
I understand though, but I understand that they deviated something big to where it would make I heard it makes a lot more sense in the books.
Yeah.
That it
they
does.
Probably weren't sure what they were about to do. They probably thought that So they
but even what I heard in the books though, that still doesn't make sense. Because it still links to magic. At the end of the day. Kind of sort of.
Probably not actually. Because Daenerys is like special even like amongst the Targaryens.
Yeah. She's a chosen dragon.
Yeah, she's chosen.
Yeah, but other dragons, the other one's not flame resistant.
I thought that's not a common trait among like the dragon.
No.
In the Targaryens.
Well, it's
okay.
Not really, like it kind of is, but real. I don't know how to like explain.
Well,
some
I heard,
but like most don't. Okay, most don't have. Just, Yeah.
Well, I've heard two theories from people. I've heard one theory is that she actually, at some point, she actually used blood magic last episode, which I didn't see where. And the other part is that the D&D just pretty much escalated her fireproofness.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That's what I think they did.
Yeah. So, but there are some people who actually think that she knows somewhat of blood magic and used blood magic in that whole thing. So I don't know. They did that shit off screen.
Well, a lot of.
Then there was
a lot
the
of people
thing
who say she's not fireproof still, but it's like kind of hard to like argue now after like
right.
Like,
because the whole thing at the end of last season, at the end of season 1, I heard a friend was telling me that it's actually stated that the witch's curse, the witch's blood magic, in conjunction to Dany going into fire, is actually what hatched the dragons.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what people think. Like somewhat, it depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty common theory.
And then there was the whole thing with Jorah, and like, oh man, Jorah, it's like, oh man, I feel so bad for him.
Arm. Why not just like, cut off his arm? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Why die? Why not?
Well,
not cut off your arm if you have a fail. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it seems like, I don't know. I guess he could survive.
I'll say this. Amelia's acting is back on point, in my opinion. Because like
it's probably her like best scene like ever.
all right, because I think back to the scene where she banished Jorah, and as much as I am a Dany fan, but I wasn't feeling that scene, and that mainly was because of her performance. And I think that she tried to act it in a part to where you have the stone cold face Dany that was trying to be the stone queen, no emotion, but then you have a flip side where she, has this scene and she actually shows probably the most emotion we've seen from Dany in forever.
Yeah.
You know, because like we didn't like even like that was another disappointing thing about last season with me is like her. I expected some kind of emotional response when Barristan died, and we really didn't have that, and I was really disappointed in that. And it's where this scene, I was actually very pleased that even though the scene comes out of nowhere in a sense, it's just a Dany scene for the episode. I still think it was a really good scene.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree. It was good. It was nice.
Yeah. Then obviously
I've always
there was...
loved you, Khaleesi.
Yo, and that grayscale is like spreading quick.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good.
The arm off already. Shit.
Yeah, you could have done that, but then he'll be like Jamie.
Yeah,
but
he
he's
better
not
be
even a good
like
fighter,
Jamie
so
than
it's not even that
be
big of a
Yeah,
deal.
No,
Seriously.
get out of here.
Oh,
He's a
no,
great
okay,
swordsman.
all right. I understand. Like at one point, he was a good fighter.
He wrecked that guy in season 1.
Yeah, no, that's it. At one point, but like he got his ass whooped last week. he got them hands, and he wasn't even like doing that well in the pits either. Like, granted, he made his move and it worked out, but he was like losing that fight though. But I mean, like at his age, his whole position would be as an advisor to Dany. That's not as a warrior for Dany.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just chop it off and cut your losses.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Then there was, Then there's the whole thing with Sansa and Littlefinger.
My girl disappointed me this week,
big time.
I'm really liking Sansa. I obviously I think she made a mistake, but I actually like the way Sophia had, like, her acting has been on point. The way the character's being written is much better. I think that she made a mistake lying to Jon and actually not faking the funk and making an alliance with Peter, because I still stand, if the Knights of the Vale were a part of this army, there wouldn't be much of a fight.
Yeah, that's
just
true.
From the hype and the hype of the Knights themselves. Now, I remember talking to Zor about this last week, and he does make a point. The Knights haven't been out in the field for a very long time, but at the same time, they are one of the most powerful, considered one of the most strongest military forces in Westeros.
Yes.
The Vale Knights?
So that has to mean something. So where if they're added to this coalition, it would not be much of a fight. And they are kind of in the north, kind of, sort of, so, I mean...
They're really close to Winterfell.
Yeah, so, I mean, they kind of... They know the environment somewhat, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think that she did make some mistakes this episode.
Yeah.
But...
I mean...
I still like her. I'm liking
that army probably helped her still. That army is probably not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
What, the Knights?
Yeah, of the Vale. Sansa, even though she said no, they'll still probably come
I'm assuming that Peter was trying to make peace with Sansa or whatever, and that other dude is, or the other lords are getting the Knights ready to move out. That's what I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird because Sansa's like, I need like my own people, like army. But like Robin's her like cousin, and like Blackfish is her great uncle. So what's like a closer relation?
Well, she's going to Blackfish right now.
Yeah, her
like,
great uncle, but like, not her cousin. Like, it just seems a little odd.
I will say this though, like, her whole pride as a Northern, I wish this was set up much better. And that's why I really don't like last season, and I think there's so many mistakes and mishaps last season, and it's showing. It's showing. No, last season was probably the worst season
by far.
The only saving grace is Hard Home. There are two saving graces of last season: Hard Home and the betrayal of Cersei's walk.
Yeah.
But other than that, last season it was terrible. And as good as this season is so far, With the exception, I think, of episode 2. I think that was fairly weak. The Tower of Joy. No, episode 3. My bad. Episode 3. That was a fairly weak episode. These are on point, but the way they're writing things, a lot of this stuff, like Sansa's character, should have been set up last season to do this.
Yeah.
Why'd she have to be like raped by Ramsay though? Like why? Like why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. I remember you saying that Sansa was going to be much more manipulative going forward. I was expecting her last season.
She got raped. She became
I was expecting her. I was expecting Sansa to manipulate Ramsay and cause a disdain between Ramsay and Roose, and that would be like we would see, Sansa, continue to develop in that sense. Granted, I like what I have now, but I wish this was just better set up with the past season. If this was better set up with her whole pride as the Northern and everything,
yeah, I agree.
It would have been even better.
I agree.
It's the same thing with Theon too. Theon's whole snapping out of the whole brainwashing shit is out of nowhere. It's good.
Yeah.
It's much
when
better.
Sansa made that outfit for Jon, I was like, it looks like exactly like what you're wearing now. Like, how is that different? I don't know if you guys thought that.
No, you didn't see the little wolf though. You didn't see the little wolf.
Yeah,
but he was wearing a wolf-like pelt on his shoulders already. So.
Here's the thing too that always, I don't think this will always be an issue with Game of Thrones. The passage of time between episode and season.
And season, yeah, I know what you mean. Like, how long has it been, really?
So all right. Yeah. So how long? That had to have taken at least a week. I mean, they don't have sewing machines and shit. That had to have taken days and weeks to make. Like, how many days passed since last episode?
And the teleportation machines too that Littlefinger uses and that Theon used to get home.
Not to mention the passage of information too. Like that always boggles my mind so much. How does
okay, here's something. Okay, so the Vale Knights are at Moat Cailin now, right?
Yeah.
And the Boltons took Moat Cailin from the Greyjoys, 2 seasons ago. So so the Vale Knights would have to beat the Boltons. So then Ramsay knows that they're there, right?
I
have to know.
Littlefinger has Moat Cailin.
Yeah, that's what he said.
So I thought they met at Motown. I thought it was they met at she met Littlefinger at Motown.
Yeah, but he said my knights are at Moat Cailin.
Okay, oh yeah.
I'm positive. I'm
okay,
100% sure.
Yeah.
So once again, we're going to steal the majority of the war off screen.
Yeah, but so Ramsay has to know, so it's not a surprise attack, really.
Yeah. You know what's funny too is that Moat Cailin is actually a pretty important location too. I remember Bruce made a big deal about that last season, or 2 ago.
Yeah. It's the door to the north, pretty much.
Yeah, so that's interesting. And that actually would make sense. That would be the first location that Littlefinger would take then by the Knights. If it's the door to the north.
Try to take it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so Ramsay might charge out there to take back Moat Cailin, and maybe there will be less Knights at Winterfell or something to help him out.
Yeah. There was that scene between Gingerbeard and Brienne.
Yo, I laughed.
Torment.
Hey.
He's awesome.
Torment, yeah, him. He's it was so ridiculous. Brienne was telling Sansa about it. That was so ridiculous.
Don't even hate on Brez, boy. You know George is going to write that shit in the Winds of Winter. You know that's going to be canon.
Probably.
Oh, God, that was funny. That was a funny scene. So, yeah, they're on their way.
I find it good. It's not really important to the grand scheme of things and whatnot, but I just find it funny.
Me too.
I just find it comical.
Yeah. And the last thing in this episode was Bran and Hodor Oh God. I almost cried. The ending was like they put the right music, and he's holding the door. No. No.
Look, did anyone see that coming though? To hold the door, hold door.
Should I tell
when he
him my
said that,
thing?
oh,
Rick,
the
I'm
story you
gonna
told me?
type something, okay? Because I don't want to tell the whole story again, but one second. You know what? Fine. I'll just say it. So George saw someone at a convention, right, a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and George walked into the elevator with him, and George told the dude, "I always wanted to be a like elevator man." And then the same dude saw George later and said, "So I've been thinking, since you've always wanted to be the elevator operator, Hodor means hold the door." And George is like, "Ha ha ha, you don't know how close to the truth you are."
Oh wow.
So this dude predicted that shit.
There's many like we got a paradox here because
Yeah, a
Bran,
flashpoint paradox.
is Bran really in the past, or is he just? Because that's the thing. Like, did he change the past by warging into Hodor and create Hodor? I'm like,
I don't know.
It's
I
so
don't know how
confusing.
anyone can like explain this shit.
yeah, that's weird because like that's why time travel is so fucking confusing. And this show already has some confusing ass shit. You don't need to add time travel to it.
And with the convention thing, it's like confirmed canon too. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what will
I
happen.
mean,
Like that's the paradox shit right there. Like, it was just always meant to be. But I don't know. I don't even know what to say really because like the Night King shit, like
I
obviously
was a little
Brandy's.
mad. What?
Go ahead.
What? Like it like wasn't like Hodor's choice though. That like he died. It was like Bran's choice. So he kind of just
well,
like used this man. He
yeah.
made him he made him like mentally retarded, and then he just used him. Like I don't know if I like that. A Bran using
Uh,
someone
I
to
mean, I
save life
mean,
without him having a
the
choice.
thing is, I don't want to say anything, but this is kind of Brand's fault. If he didn't go
It's
out,
totally Bran's fault.
it's
He
totally Brand's fault. If he didn't touch the roots, if he didn't go see that vision, if he didn't encounter, they wouldn't have came after him. So, but it's like one of those things, you know. I mean, when I saw the title, The Door, I'm like, The Door? Why? I don't understand. So then later on, I'm like, what? No!
here's the really weird thing.
No!
Like, I'm really curious how because they're like they're fucked right now. Like, they're first
Yeah,
off,
they're
Brand has
fucked.
not learned everything he needs to learn from Three Eyed Raven, and he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah,
Second off,
waited.
they're in the middle of nowhere with no
Uh,
supplies in a blizzard. Like,
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
are really fucked.
they like this is bad right now. Like, they don't have Hodor like as the muscle. They are, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's still rights on their trail. Actually, there should be.
Yeah, but there may be someone north of the wall who can help them.
That's the only way
I'm
they're gonna
not
be out.
even
That's the
book
only, yeah, I know what
spoiling.
you're
I'm
talking
not
about.
even book spoiling here. I'm just like
Yeah, that's the
thinking like
only way.
we do know of a character lost north of the wall who's got the same last name as Bran.
Mm-hmm.
oh, him?
That's the
Maybe
only way.
Benjen can come back. But how could he even like help him? Like he's one dude. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I mean, that whole situation was just like, then this fairy creature who was with them was the one who created the White Walkers with dragon glass. Like, Why? Because of man. Oh, good job. Guess what? You did. No, but yeah. It's
Why
like,
didn't they put in some like fail-safe to like cancel them out?
exactly.
Like when they were.
Like that just threw me off. Like, okay, so you created the White Walkers because men were fucking around with your trees, and
They're
in this
their
episode you
gods.
die.
Well, it's deeper than that, though, I guess. Because, I guess there was war between the children, and so it's not just them, messing their trees up. It's a much deeper thing than that.
Yeah.
They had to fight. They had to find a way to fight back.
Yeah.
Even though they had magic bombs, I would just throw magic bombs at people all the time. That's what I would do. Not create evil, super powered magical zombies.
Yeah. And just that scene with he's hold the door.
I'm assuming that spear she threw was dragonglass.
Probably.
Yeah, it had to.
It had to be dragonglass or Valyrian steel.
Valyrian steel, but I don't think that was Valyrian steel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was dragon because I think it looked like even the thing that the child stuck into the soon-to-be Night King's chest, that looked like dragonglass too.
Yeah, it was dragonglass. So what creates them destroys them.
Yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah.
So.
Or maybe dragons can light them all on fire and save the day.
I'm still scratching my head though. Like, how is Bran the key to all this?
Well, I think the Dragon Ex Machina. But that's if he could get to her. See, that's the trick. Because as of right now, there's so much shit going on in Game of Thrones in Westeros. He has to get somehow. They have to get Daenerys over here, and Bran has to make contact with her. Because if he can do that, and can somehow get the dragons, he can get in them. And warg them. And then he can just burn the whole shit.
I see, like, all right. I'm so with this episode, I'm starting to see everything starting to twist more and more to Daenerys. You have Baldur's brother wanting to get with Daenerys. You have
Euron.
Now a new priestess thinking Daenerys is the warrior of the Lord of Light. You have something, and then of course your thing. You're assuming Bran needs to get with Daenerys, which I don't see how that's even possible. To be quite honest.
It's hard.
I mean, I guess.
I mean,
if like they can make it to the wall, then if Jon Snow's back there, you can talk to Jon. Jon can probably hook him up with Dany in a season.
After his battle.
Yesterday, I don't see. Daenerys is not moving out to Westeros. All right. She may. There is a slight possibility she may, at the end of the season, move out to Westeros. There's a slight possibility. I can see it possibly. Depending on how fast that new horde of hers gets to Marine, and they settle everything up in Marine and move out, it's a possibility. There's a slight possibility. I don't think it's going to happen, but I say it's a slight possibility.
Yeah.
I just don't see how Daenerys can be integrated into that storyline, though, with the White Walkers right now. And there's only going to be there's only 2 seasons left, and the last season is going to be only 8 episodes, from what I hear. That's the rumor going on right now.
I saw that. Wow. They're going to do 7 or 8.
Yeah, 7 to 8 episodes. So I don't see how they can do it unless Marine, because there's too many loose plot lines like Marine right now. Like, they need to find out who's
just leave Marine forever. Who cares? Just leave Marine.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Because honestly, I think I already know who the real supporter of the Sons of Harpy. I think it was the Greyjoy dude that's kind of been setting this thing up so that he could force Daenerys to sit with him.
Maybe. Interesting.
That's a good theory.
That's what I think. That's what I think. At first, I thought it was going to be you-know-who. Their show's way of introducing you-know-who, Rose Boy.
Oh, wait.
The other one that's out there?
Wait. Oh, okay.
I thought that was going to be the show's way of doing that. I think...
I wish, but no chance.
Because this dude said he's been all over the world, and that started making me think. Like, all right, I think it's just a theory. I could be wrong, I could be right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
sure
thought that when they said they were going to be a leader of the Son of the Harpy, and it makes sense because I don't think it's the Masters. I think the Masters are funding them, but there has to be some military mind behind these mofos. They're too organized to not be.
Yeah,
Which is why I
that's
thought
true.
it was him. But now I'm thinking it's this Greyjoy dude. I forget his name.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron.
Urine. Like urine.
Yeah,
It's
Aaron. There you go.
upon urine.
Like that.
Aaron.
But
That's George for you. Making
there was some I just felt there was some subtle hints with his worldly travels and whatnot, and the fact that he knows about the Daenerys and what she has in her possession and everything. I was like, all right, that's just what popped in my head. We'll see how it plays out though. But
Yeah, we'll see.
That I mean, honestly though, that would work to Daenerys' favor though. I don't see how she would lose in that relationship. She ain't obviously gonna want to marry the dude, but
yeah,
she
won't marry.
I think she'll just take his shit, like she takes everyone else's shit. That's what I think will happen. She'll just take his shit like she takes everyone else's. She'll have Daddario kill his ass.
Maybe.
Because think about it too, she doesn't have a fleet anymore either. She doesn't have any. All her ships got burnt.
Yeah, so he probably pulled them to burn it. Yeah, that's a pretty good theory.
It's a setup. That's kind of what I think. But I don't know. Like I said, they need I'm seeing it now speed up a little bit. But when it comes to Daenerys integrating into that storyline, if she is the key to defeating the White Walkers, which obviously too because she has dragons, it's still a lot of work to get her there. So I think for a good pacing, she needs to leave Marine at the end of the season. That's kind of what
maybe her and Jon.
I don't think they'll make Tyrion a Targaryen, even though a lot of people think that, but I don't think it will happen.
After learning about after watching some history videos about Tywin and the Mad King and whatnot, I could see it as a possibility he could be. I could see where the theory came from, but I don't think.
Yeah, the Mad King loved Joanna Lannister, Tywin's wife.
Yeah,
he was,
I definitely see where the theory comes
pretty
from.
much.
Now knowing the
he
history,
probably raped her. Yeah,
but I don't know. I mean, the whole dragon thing scene in episode 2, that was a big supporter of that theory. But
Daenerys has this vision in book 2 where she sees a white lion with 2 different colored eyes, and Tyrion's supposed to have 2 separate color eyes.
Yeah,
white lion is a white-haired lion, so a Targaryen Lannister, you know what I mean?
The actual description of Tyrion in the books, he's actually ugly as fuck.
His hair is
and he actually got
too,
he
so
actually
maybe.
and in the Blackwater he actually lost his nose, so he's actually even more fucked up. Which I don't know how you live without a nose, but
how you live without a dick. Yeah, but
that's
yeah, this is true. Poor Tyrion, man, that was some cheap low blows too, man.
Yeah, that kind of. Come on.
I don't like this dude already. I don't like his dad either, but I don't like this dude either.
No. I think he knows his shit. He's not.
And people from Pike are assholes.
They are.
But
I'm so excited to see the Blackfish again. I've waited years for this now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to him coming back to the play and stuff too.
I love that man. You know that he's probably homosexual. Huh? Not like it matters, but just a fun fact. He's most likely gay.
You know what I'm thinking though too? I understand they're out man, but they got a giant.
I know.
Bad mofo. That giant is not to be fucked with. This giant was taking on swarms of rights. Nah, man, they got this. They got this.
I mean,
Totally.
the giant could probably take out, what, 100, 200, 500, possibly 1,000 troops.
But if you remember, Gren and the other Night's Watch people took out that giant, and there were only like 5 of them when they were
True,
holding the gate.
but same people Ramsay sent to find Sansa got decimated by 2 people.
But
Brienne.
Brienne's like Kakarot, like Brienne like is like unreal.
That's true.
Brienne is
That's
like,
true.
I would say, all right, Bresboy is probably going to kill me for this, but I'm going to say Brienne is like Jaime level.
Yeah, I mean in the show, yeah. No, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Like Jaime with both hands.
In the book too.
Granted,
yeah.
I know I've had this debate with SMX Wing, and technically that little fight they had in season 3, you really can't base how much better Brienne is to Jaime, because Jaime was malnourished, tired, handcuffed. So I get that, but I honestly I think Bran is about Jaime level. I think Bran is just
Brienne beat Loras, and like Loras is like pretty much Jaime level.
Yeah.
But the show just made him a soap opera character who's gay.
Yeah, Loras has only had that was like Loras' only real fight.
He's so badass, like in the books, like he's like the man.
I don't like yeah.
The Knight of the Flowers, like he's just brooding in this like dungeon, like I'm scared, Marjorie, I'm scared. Like shut up.
Yo, no, next week, I want the High Sparrow to get wrecked.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get wrecked. He's gonna get fucked, man. What the fuck you gonna do? What the fuck can he do?
Did you watch the preview, Rick?
Yeah, I did. Here's my whole problem with that scenario. Yes, they could do something to where the High Sparrow comes out alive. Okay. But here's my thing. Here's my whole problem with this whole thing. Even if he does have like X amount of those black robes, they are some fanatic black robe mofos with bully clubs. I don't think they need, except for the political intermissions, I don't think they need the Tyrell army. There's no reason why I don't think the Kingsguard can take care of them. They're just a bunch of freaking fanatics with bully clubs.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they're not trained warriors. You could say
like
are fodder compared to a lot of mofos. You'd be right. But to folks like that, I would say the Kingsguard could take them out.
Yeah.
They're like supposed to be trained warriors, though, like in theory.
The Fate Militant?
Yeah, they're called the like Warrior Sons, and they're all supposed to be like highborn. So like Lancel Lannister, who's a knight. Lancel can like kind of fight, even though he's like a bitch.
Yeah, I was about to say Lancel is not a warrior.
Well, like he's still like knighted. I mean, like he's like.
But he only got not because of his battle prowess. He got knighted because Cersei.
He got knighted because he got hurt in Blackwater.
He got knighted basically because he got robbed.
He would have been knighted anyway. He's a Lannister. They all get knighted.
He was a steward.
A squire for Robert, yeah.
Squire, there you go. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, squire. A squire. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I guess because I just haven't seen it the way the show's portrayed. They're just a bunch of
right. Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And the show really didn't give any kind of backstory except for Lancel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why they need these Tyrells and can't just use the City Watch.
Well, no. Well, the way it was explained last week is that suppose if the Kingsguard or the City Watch goes in, it could potentially start a civil war within King's Landing on the crown.
Right.
But if the Tyrells do it, this is the way they explained it. I kind of don't buy it myself either. I think it's very plot driven. That if the Tyrells do it, it could still start a civil war, just not against the crown.
Civil war?
The Tyrells would take the seat because to save Marjorie and Loras. Is
Yeah.
that the correct?
Picture I just found.
And Olenna doesn't care about that because she just wants Marjorie and Loras saved already.
Look at this picture. Yeah. Okay. This picture I just found. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
On my screen.
Oh, that's funny.
Yo, someone told me that one mofo is still like sitting in a dungeon in House Frey.
It's because he has his own TV show now, like Outlander. He's the main character on it. So like he's like booked with that shit. So he like can't come back to Game of Thrones. Ed Bertoli, Catelyn's brother.
Yeah, Catelyn's brother. So yeah, this was a good episode, people. I give it a 9. You know, I thought that.
Honestly, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. There is not any problems whatsoever with this episode. I love it.
It's pretty perfect. It's pretty perfect.
And here's the funny thing.
I can't think of anything else.
Last week ended with fire. This week ended with ice.
Yeah.
In a way.
Talking about fire, you know.
In a way. So yeah, I mean, it's going in the right direction.
But now with the 3-eyed raven dead, my hopes to see Rhaegar this season go way down. And I'm a little disappointed.
Well, I have to think that now, like, if Bran still has to find a way, Bran's going to still find a way to go back in those visions because he still needs to learn what he needs to learn. Yeah. And this is supposed to be the way they answer, you know, the great equation. So we haven't got that answer yet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I still think there's a slight hope that Bran.
I'll hold on to it.
I don't know. I could be wrong though.
But that was like season finale type shit.
I rewatched episode 3 and I didn't see the answer. So.
There's definitely no answer there.
Yeah. And that flashback that already happened in the books, or is that gonna happen in Winds of Winter?
What flashback? The one that happened this
Tower
episode?
of Joy flashback.
Yeah, the Tower of Joy was book 1. It was one of Ned's dreams.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah, Bran hasn't had like any like flashbacks yet in the books, but he will.
Oh, okay.
I think I said this in Joel's. I think the stuff with Daenerys, I think that's canon, and I think definitely the ending of this episode is canon.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, probably. That's probably how it's gonna look.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can say like everything's like canon though, like to the TV show. Like I don't
know. Yeah. So yeah, this was pretty good. So next week we're gonna get the standoff. Also something with Daenerys they showed in the preview. It wasn't much. It was just her walking with what's his face. So
Dario.
You know, Dario. So it was really not too much with Daenerys in the preview. But we did get the standoff. And
Sam goes home.
Oh yeah, that too. Sam goes home, right? That should be very.
I still don't care. I like Sam, but I really don't care about. There's so many better things going on right now than Sam and.
Yeah, I know.
Without John, I mean, like Sam's kind of boring.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, Sam's whole journey of being a Meister should so be off screen.
Yeah, well, like.
Oh, okay, I stand. No, I
think people like it.
I would like to see the city because it's supposed to be the largest city in Westeros, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I guess it'd be interesting to see the quote-unquote Citadel that's been spoken about so many times.
Yeah, but he's not there next week. He's going home to his dad's castle.
He's going home.
And doesn't he have to get accepted?
Not really, because like he's still like family, and he's like part of the Night's Watch. So like he like did something like honorable to please like his dad, you know.
So by John's word, by John being the Lord Commander, he can give Sam a letter more or less and be like, all right, make him a Meister or train him to be a Meister.
Oh, yeah. So, like, I thought you meant accepted to go home to his dad's castle.
Okay.
But, yeah, probably.
Hmm.
I think so. I think almost anyone can become a maester.
Hmm.
Like,
Okay.
what's his name trained to become one? Oberyn Martell?
Oh, him.
He got, like, halfway done before, like, he quit that shit.
He should have quit.
Oh,
Shouldn't have quit.
Oberyn was the man. He did so many cool things before the story started.
Yeah, like
he
he
just
should
gets
have
his head
continued that.
smashed in.
The
Why
Marco
didn't
trained
you
with him
continue?
solid, man. He trained with him solid though. That's beast.
We need an Oberyn side story
Him
before
being
this
a
all
maester.
happened.
Yeah, him being a maester. I want to see that
Right,
shit.
what do you think about the rumors of the prequel movie that's supposed to be getting more?
I don't know if I want it to happen. Like, because
You're
all
afraid
of these things are like legend. Like, they're like mysticism legend. Like they're like not like mystic. Like, but like they kind of have their own like allure like towards them because it's like I don't know like how to say it, but like
Mm,
they're almost like larger than life things that happen.
mm,
If that
kind
makes
of like
sense.
how
I
kind of
don't
like
know.
how they will they'll probably never make the Silmarillion a book movie or movies.
Yeah, because it's like yeah.
Although I will say I would rather if this was to happen, I really would love Peter Jackson by some miracle to do it instead of D&D.
oh wow.
Yeah, I wonder how how that will go about.
No, Peter would do it. I think Peter would do it great. I mean, granted, yes, Game of Thrones is more graphic and vulgar than Lord of the Rings, but I still think
Yeah.
Peter can do fantasy. I mean, like better than anyone right now. I think
Mm,
like out of
Would they
modern day
redo the
directors,
Tower of Joy? Would they redo the Tower of Joy scene for a like movie? I mean,
it was
probably not.
I would think so. It'd be part of the rebellion, right? Because it took place during the rebellion.
Yeah, it took place right after.
So,
Wasn't yeah, right after Jaime killed the king. That's when Ned was there, and then Robert came, and then the Targaryen children died. So Ned was so mad at Robert that he ran off to this tower.
mm,
And then
you
because
know,
Lyanna died, they like shared in like sadness, so they became friends again over Lyanna's death.
here's my thing with Game of Thrones. The reason why I would kind of want to see them is like I want to see these mofos, these prime mofos that are supposed to be like the greatest of greats. Like, I want to see
Robert
them. I
Baratheon
want to.
Prime.
I really want to see Prime Robert, and I want to see
He was
Prime
a
Jamie. I want to see
beast.
Jamie. What made Jamie so hype? Like I want to like Prime Robert, Ned, Jamie, and Barristan. I want to see those four in their prime, living up
mhm.
to their hype. And I want to see how the Targaryens fight. Like getting a little snippet with the dual wield they can do after.
Yeah,
I want to see more of that.
I mean, the Prime Rhaegar too, boy. Don't
Yeah.
underestimate that.
Well, not like I heard like that's like a Targaryen like dual wielding. That's like how most Targaryen warriors fight. What I heard.
Wow.
I haven't heard that, but whatever.
Someone like I was like that was cool. That was cool though. No, like that dude he knew what he was doing with them two swords. Like that dude was a beast.
Wow.
He's the greatest ever.
Yeah,
The
like
two
that.
sword. The two swords is anime only though.
Yeah, but I would really like to see those things.
Mm,
I could definitely see how
Yeah,
those are.
mhm.
it would be fun. It would be
Yeah.
I mean, like I would still like pay to see it like opening day, but
All right, so I guess we could end this. Uh, yeah, good episode, guys. Thanks for Rick for joining, Boy for joining. Um, yeah, so next week we should be fun. Should be a good episode as well, with what we're seemingly going to get. Yeah, look forward to it. Bob Connect 22. Rick, want to sign out?
Yeah, I will. I actually need to rewatch this episode before I actually do my review.
Okay.
There's a lot of not. I wouldn't say necessarily info dump. This is like a lot of little lore snippets that I really want to get a better grasp of before I do my review. So I
Mm-hmm.
will probably do my review tomorrow afternoon, and of course you can catch me and hopefully Bonkai on Zoro Fanboy stream tomorrow night as well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we'll definitely more thoughts will be shared in the coming day for Game
Mm-hmm.
of Thrones this episode.
And Boy is here. Thanks for
Yeah,
joining.
I'm
Um,
trying to get to 29 subscribers. No, I don't know.
okay, so yeah, that's it, guys. After this, I'm going to do another show. Penny Dreadful. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need to
Can
download.
you hold the door for me on my way?
I need to download that because my free Showtime expired,
Oh, shit.
and I don't want
Yeah.
to pay an extra $20 a month for one show.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I
That's...
love pennies, but I love money more.
yeah.
Watch.
All right, so
Never mind.
watch what?
No.
Okay. We'll see you guys later. Peace out.